Good morning, class. For starters, those of you who are asking, yes, that is my face cropped onto an instructor. Now, I am just going to go over a quick rundown of my Google Slide presentation that I created, in which I was explaining how I would create and give knowledge, content, and skill to my class. Now, the entire motive of lectures are instructor-centered forms of instructions given to an entire class. Lectures come in many different forms, some more effective than others. The least effective form of lectures involves a teacher, reading from notes or the text without differentiating for students' needs. This makes a passive activity. This makes learning a passive activity, and students may lose quick interest. Now, every student is different, as professors know. Therefore, you have to tend to the needs of each and every one individually without giving special, so to say, attention, and still grouping the class as a whole with learning. I created a little pointer also so you guys can follow. Now, this leads to Socratic Seminar, which is a group discussion the instructor and students share in which they focus on the lesson learned. Typically, a teacher or professor presents information through questions and answers, trying to ensure that all students are involved in learning. Keeping all students on task, however, may be difficult with large class sizes. Teachers should be aware that using an instructional strategy of whole class discussions may result in passive engagement for some students who may not participate. Moral being, like stated before, to get everyone involved is the main goal, so everyone can learn, but everyone learns at a different pace and learns at different skills it takes to teach one. So as a professor, our duty is to point out those ways that students learn and try to group it all into one so that everyone can have a proper understanding of the lesson taught. Now, jigsaws in small groups is me as a professor. I love this technique. There are other forms of small group discussions. Excuse me. The most basic example is when the teacher breaks the class into small groups and provide them with talking points that they must discuss. The teacher then walks around the room checking on the information being shared and ensuring participation by all within the group. The teacher may ask students questions to ensure that everyone's voice is heard. The whole point of this is, for one, flexible learning, two, inspires confidence, three, feedback is always available, and four, it builds teamwork skills. Now, hands-on simulation. Hands-on learning allows students to participate in an organized activity best evidence in stations or science experiments. The arts, music, art, drama, etc., and physical education are those recognized disciplines that require hand-on instructions. Now, many students are hand-on learners, and us as professors, our duty is to point out which students are and to try to give them the proper tools needed in order to learn to their best ability without distracting the student next to them. Now, I added another one, which I took from the last study that we did, which is a flipped classroom method. I just found this so fascinating. I did not know that it was so popularly used within classrooms throughout the world, I believe. Not only the country, but the world. And the main goal for this is during class time, students prepare to participate in class activities and learn, basically come to school to learn. But the goal is after, which is when they go home and get back to their normal lives, students check their understanding and extend their learning. And I tried to add it's a very blurred out picture, but it's of a teacher and students learning. This is in class. And out of class, it is before. This is a student studying and, just doing on class preparation for the activities of the day. But when they go home, this is the after. Them really taking the knowledge that they learned in school and using it into their own understanding. Every student learns differently. And as professors, we must really understand that. Therefore, you cannot use one method for one student and the same for the next. It just won't work. So students, the goal is so that they can be equipped, which is our job, equip them with the knowledge they need, and outside of class, they're able to intertwine it within their own understanding. Now, I thank you guys who waited with me. Sorry for the little errors here and there, and I will talk to you guys next time. Enjoy.